Ladies and gentlemen, I am the War Boss Squee. Welcome back to Pillars of Eternity. We have just entered Defiance Bay proper, which gives us this little cutscene here.
Defiance Bay. The city at the heart of the Deerwoods Revolution now seems on the brink of another. Refugees line the streets, homeless and hungry, displaced by White One's legacy, hoping for relief within the city walls, and finding none. Dissidents congregate to protest and to heckle, calling for an end to animancy and the ouster of their duke. The city's militiamen cast fearful looks as they patrol the streets, their hands trembling at the hilts of their weapons. The capital of a country that had not long ago incinerated a god now appears to be a spark away from sharing the deity's fate.
Yeah, it sounds kind of ominous. And there is a odd amount of why animancy being blamed for this. If this is retribution from the gods for killing one of their own, then you would think more people would go to pray. But it is in human nature and the nature of all those that live to blame others. Let's see here.
Defiance Bay. If ever there was a dry field in need of a cleansing flame, you have found it.
Yeah, it's not the nicest place. And of course, this guy doesn't help at all.
Hello.
Rowan, his arms are crossed and his mouth is set in a grim frown as he watches the gathered protesters. He's ready for a fight. New in town, huh? You picked an interesting time to visit Defiance Bay. All these refugees fleeing the frontier and finding legacies no better here. It's the Animancers. Magron scorch them and they nest in the city like rats. Mark my words, though, us dozens are going to put a stop to it. What are you doing out here? Trying to get folk to see reason. We're in the middle of a crisis, purging the nefarious forces from our city. The Duke is granting Animancers dangerous liberties. Yeah. This guy kind of sounds like he knows what to do about the Juden problem, doesn't he? What do you know about animancy? It's the study and manipulation of essence, which any sane person will tell you is the purview of the gods. The Adrians at least have the sense to outlaw it, which is the only good thing you can say about them. It's not like magic, chanting, or the soul reading those ciphers do. It's been around since ancient Egwithan times, which is why you'll see animancers tinkering with old Egwithan artifacts. Half-truths all. He's an enthusiastic performer, I'll give him that. Trouble is, animancers got no idea what half those artifacts actually do. Not that they'll admit it. Our emphatic friend is correct about one thing, at least. Alright, so tell me about these dozens. We're an organization of interested citizens who want to free Defiance Bay from the dangerous influence of animancers and the tyranny of the aristocrats who support them. We also consider ourselves a militia of sorts, seeing as how the Crucible Knights are little more than a flock of preening nobles in training these days. So yeah, they're brown shirts. Let's just be completely honest. Just like in militia, the dozens, except for the training and the discipline and the code of honor. We're always looking to expand. The more people see things our way, the better the state of the country. If you have any interest in hearing more, stop by Admeth's Den sometime, the Expedition Hall. A lot of free thinkers in there. Can set straight all the nonsense the nobles and the animancers want you to believe. Might even be some paid work there for motivated types. Tell me about Defiance Bay. This is the capital of free Palatinate of the Deerwood. We started out as the capital of a Daran colony, but we booted the flaccid scepter from these lands 150 years ago. These days we're a major port, receiving trade and visitors from all over the world. But we, some of us anyway, strive to hold on to the pioneering spirit that earned us our freedom a century and a half ago. The city is divided into 5 districts: Copper Lane, First Fires, Andra's Gift, Blackenberry, and Heritage Hill. Let's talk about Heritage Hill. It used to be one of the more prestigious districts in the city. Heroes of the Revolution claimed plots up there next to an ancient Egwithan tower in the city cemetery. Had the best views in Defiance Bay. Attracts richer types these days. A lot of animancy patrons. Spits. Wouldn't have heard, but something's happening over there a few months ago. The authorities sealed it off and they're keeping their mouths shut, but mark my words, animancy is to blame. And I think we're done with his happy little ass. Ooh, magic mushrooms. Very nice. All these protesters Ah. So, Defiance Bay is balanced on the hilt on the edge of a knife, and it doesn't help that you have brown shirts like the dozens stirring up trouble. So make sure there's nothing else I'm missing here. Ooh, kitty cat. Can't do anything with it though. It's just a cat that's there. But there are forces for good in the city that aren't quite as let's go burn down our friends and neighbors, as we shall see. Let's see, what do we have here? The Goose and the Fox. I believe that's an inn. Perhaps not. Patron, actress, bunch of backers, and the bishop.
Good day to you.
Man behind the bar is near the size of an Oman. Handle protrudes from his back, and his face is set in a stoic frown. Ready for a drink? There's a tiny pewter cup in front of him. He turns it in one broad hand but doesn't drink from it. He has a handle on his back. Tell me about yourself. Name's Bishop. Used to be a scholar of Barath, now I run the Goose and Fox and keep the regulars in line. He shifts and you see a warhammer strapped to his back. What more is there to tell? How do you go from religion to taverns? The journey isn't as long as you think. It starts with Hollowborn and ends with this. Takes a black bottle from the bar and fills the pewter cup. It was my sister's son. He takes a drink. Beginning of Wadwin's legacy, he was one of the first. I never expected there would be so many after him. Tragedy is part of the cycle, but it's followed by rebirth. Yet every year, more parents were grieving for their Hollowborn children, and the gods were silent. So you lost your faith? Barath promises rebirth cycles, but the only cycle I found was this. He taps the bar. Have a drink. Have another. And another until I couldn't remember how I got home. Wake up. Come back. I finally woke up one day to see my family had packed up and left. For all I know, they had left days before and I just hadn't noticed. But they were gone, so I came here. I've cleaned up since then. Now that I found my answers, I've just stopped asking questions. Ooh, can I get a room? I'll show you what I got. Let's see, what would we like? +2 dex, +1 survival, +10 defense when disengaging. Athletics, mechanics, +5 range accuracy would be nice. Intellectual lore, perception resolve. I think we'll go with the Fletcher's stay. As we do have more people doing ranged combat now. See if there's anything else of interest around here. That miserable bastard. Well, you already have my attention. A woman sits by herself, spinning something on the table in front of her and watching it with furious intensity. About the size of a coin, and it wobbles over cracks in the wood with a metallic rattle. She snatches up with one hand and slams a half-empty cup down on the table with the other. This is not a good time. What are you doing here? Just trying to calm down, trying to talk myself out of something foolish. Go on. She says nothing for a few moments, just hoping you'll leave. At last, Karina looks up to you, and the lamplight falls across her face. A purpling bruise is blossoming along her cheek. There's something I need to give my fiancé, Pernisk. Only he don't seem to go anywhere without his new friends, and they're not exactly friendly company. Who hit you? As those looks, but you don't understand. It's not like Pernisk. These new friends of his, they brought out the worst in him. Well, tell me about them. They come into our house with their dead eyes and their black teeth. I'm not a fool. I know what it means. Pernisk makes me leave when they show up, but it's always what they come to do. Last time they came, I told them to get out. Let them have their fun somewhere else in the gift, but not under my roof. Sven changes you, I guess. The Pernisk I knew wouldn't have squashed a spider. Never thought he'd. But Sven makes people calm and listless. It shouldn't make them violent. I don't really know. Seemed better than believing he'd always been this way. Maybe I could go talk to him. Nothing more to say to him. We're finished. I just want to give this back to him and have a clean break. She opens her hand and a ring clatters onto the table. It was his grandmother's. Even after this, I don't have the heart to sell it off. But if I go back there myself, I know what'll happen. I'll lose my temper and I'll probably wind up with another one of these. I'll do it. House is just north of here. Just, please don't hurt him. As furious as I am, I don't want to want that on my conscience.
Hey,
And he has something to say about this.
the dozens. Pretty sure you won't find one among them who stood within 100 miles of that bridge when the Godhammer went off. Too bad, too. Said there'd be less of them.
They call themselves the Dozens. It was 12 Deerwoodens stood outside the Halgot Citadel waiting for Wadwin to cross the bridge there. They had to hold him off long enough for the Godhammer to detonate, so that's what they did. Godhammer? That's what they called the bomb they blew up Wadwin with. Don't much about it other than that. Anything kills a living god, guess you gotta name it. What do you have against the Dozens? Nothing serious. Nothing I don't have a lot of folks, anyway. The Dozens, they like to take things in their own hands. Gets ugly sometimes. We don't have them Gilded Vale, but they'd be right at home there. They picked that name so they could do what they wanted and feel like it was right. Got nothing to do with honor or sacrifice. I can evoke Magrin, too, especially when I feel right. Somehow I don't think she's too impressed with that lot. I'm sure she'd like to set them on fire anytime one of them uses her name, but the gods probably got rules against that sort of thing. That sounds like Antifa. People hide behind symbols so they can't be questioned. The Duke's a reasonable man. Maybe we'll learn Defiance Bay we get him to force people to call themselves what they are. Don't imagine they have that many. Don't imagine they have that many members that call themselves the loudmouth sheep fuckers. Let's continue on. Good idea. Why is the Dare my favorite? That right there
Right.
is why. Alright, so we'll do a little bit more digging around in here in a minute. Let's go talk to a guy. Okay, so that's at a house north of here, right?
Adair, you have said you fought in the Saints' War, but for which side?
The one that blew up my god.
I didn't mean anything by it. I imagine a man with a head made of fire and light would be very convincing.
Funny thing about Deerwoodens. With all that fire and light, they just treated him like another authority figure.
I don't really know what else to say to that. What side you fight on? The one that killed my god. Just straight out. Yeah, no, we're good. Heritage Hill claims another curious soul. Now, what do you know about it? Nope. Oh, he must be the town crier. Doesn't have a name, though. Oh, crier. There you go. So this would be the marketplace, I think, yes.
Welcome.
Take your time, traveler. If you're looking for enchanted scrolls or garb, you've come to the right place. Show me what you got. See, we've got a ring, a seal of faith. It's only by priest, +1 first level spell uses, +1 second spell, and +1 third spell uses. That's actually very nice for 14,000. Teldra's ring, 2 second level spell uses, and 1 extra 4th level. It's actually surprisingly cheaper. Use a scroll of missile barrage, requires lore 8. Do you have lore 8 yet? Lore 9. Potentially, I could buy that. Let's see what we got down here. Remember we met on Modern Bridge. Thanks for helping me out back there. As promised, I'll give you the best prices in town. If it weren't for you, I'd still be broke. A discount is not the reward I was looking for. Lots of damn traps. Jesus God. Like all the traps. Whew. Yeah, definitely all the traps. Okay, so let's not. Damn it, what'd I do? There we go. For that, I don't think we particularly need the sword. Or half this crap, to be honest. Still holding on to that greatsword, but I can't remember why. Quarterstaff, a saber, bunch of spears we don't need. Of course, all this armor can go. don't really have much use for helms, but they're also kind of not worth selling as well. I don't know. And never sell this stuff if you can avoid it. Yeah, or this. So, you know, and I was hoping for a reward. I was hoping for more than a discount on things I don't really need.
Hello.
This guy has food. Yeah. Dragon meat, dragon eggs. He's actually selling it at cost, too, it looks like. Nope. That's 500 copper, and he's selling it for 3,700, so we're looking at a... Ah, shit. 7%, 7 times markup. That's nice. You can use that for special recipes and make special food. This guy sells weapons, judging from his...
Good day, stranger.
Set here. And by the stall polishing a broadsword. The pattern of flesh around his eyes is crinkled to age, and the muscles in his arms are knotted and lean, but he holds the weapons with ease. Gonna take a look, and we'll find a finer collection of armor and weaponry in Defiance Bay, outside Solon's, of course. So what's so special at Solon? She operates in the Expedition Hall. Sells the best equipment in the city, but Weenan keeps her on a short leash. Keeps her fine inventory reserved for chartered expeditionists, members of the dozen, and anyone else he takes a liking to. Let me see what you have for sale. Let's see, Warbow, Draining, Summoning, and Fine. Ooh, 20% damage restored his endurance. Attacks can stun on crits. It's got, you know, the Fine enchantment. That's pretty nice. The Lady's Hand is a scepter, two-handed, plus 10 actually when below 50 endurance, plus 20 damage when endurance below 50. Don't like that as much because your mage shouldn't be getting that beat up. Lost Thane's Reach. It's a pike. Gives you weapon reach. Minus 5 accuracy on hit for 5 seconds. That's kind of nice. So you hit somebody, they're less accurate. Kind of dig it. And the Shatter Star. A unique Warhammer. It's one-handed. Plus 1 enemies engaged. And it gives you a bonus of crit multipliers. That's not too bad. Now, do you have... What do you have in here? A large shield, which we don't particularly need. Pike's Pride. Unique medium armor. Minus 50% stun duration, 50% knockdown duration, plus 9 will. That's a lot for the amount of price they're asking for it. Seems a bit much to me. The Dunrid Demon. Plus 2 intellect. Anything else? Nah, not too much. So, not the most impressive setup I've seen, but it's not too bad. Although, I noticed that they, too... So, oh, there's a blunderbuss right there. So, it's, fires 8 projectiles that do 6-9 damage with minus 10 accuracy. I seem to remember... They fire in a cone, I want to think. 8 meters. They're very slow. But Durance is bonuses with the Arquebus, which he's already got. So, yeah. So, all in all, they have some nice stuff, but nothing that's exactly blowing my shorts off at the moment. What do we have in here? Oil. I'll be using that at some point, I'm sure. Got some sugar. You can do a lot with sugar. Okay, so we got mercenaries, and this is... what is it called? Yeah, Admeth's Den. Let's go take a look inside. Now, one thing to keep in mind is
the
that...
dozens may not like us foreigners much, but they certainly don't mind taking our coin.
Yeah, that's pretty usual. Now, what I was going to say before I was so rudely interrupted, Kana, was that each faction has a series of quests that lead towards an end game for this chapter and for the city. So we can't go too far. Bandon Lear. A well-groomed man steps through the hall with a confident swagger, a smug grin etched on his face. He is flanked by 5 other hard-looking individuals. Bine the Nimble. One of his companions eyes you up for a moment before spitting chew at your feet. There a pup wandering in, I see. Just so that Bine's giant slayers run things around here and you'll be fine. Whatever you say. That's good advice. Here's the rest. 1, the choice bounties of ours. 2, the giant slayers don't share. It's that simple. Have voice bells across the hall. Enough jabber, Bine. You're going to do the job or talk about it. Wayne's right. Coin ain't going to collect itself. See you around, pup. So, of course, at any instance, you do have to be introduced to the local assholes. That would be them. And this is Wayne. I know I'm not pronouncing it properly.
Don't stand on ceremony. State your business.
Looking for work.
Go see Osric. He's usually got something. You do well for him, maybe I can find you more.
Tell me about the dozens. Good men and women trying to walk in the footsteps of great men and women who came before us. We're a loose association of warriors and expeditionaries in the Deerwood. Not as fancy as Crucible Knights, mind you, but at least we remember our roots. At least I remember someone else's roots and pretend to be like them. He means your roots. Crucible Knights take pride in having won the Deerwood's freedom 150 years ago, but we're the ones who protected it. Everyone knows that the Saints' War ended with the Godhammer destroying Widewind at Yvonne Dweir Bridge. A lot of folks don't know how Widewind wound up on that bridge. 7 men, 5 women. They walked out of Helgot Citadel and faced down a god, held him there till the bomb went off. That's the legacy we defend. Some call us mercenaries, but we don't need matching armor and silky cloaks to remember our roles. We're the same now as we were then. We stand for the people, first line of defense, whatever it takes. We got new enemies now. If it's not Wildwood, it's his damn legacy. It's the damn soul butchers in Brackenberry making things worse on all of us, probably causing the whole thing one way or another. We haven't gone anywhere, and there's a lot more than 12 of us now. We defend Deerwood once, we'll do it again. What else do you need? Do keep in mind that the dozen that he's taking the name and mantle of all died. So they haven't done shit. That's locked. Let's talk to Osric here.
For the last time, Aidwig, keep your fucking blade up. If that dummy was armed, it'd have your head off.
Looking for work.
You want an expedition? Talk to Wenny. I just handle these mercenary shit shovelers. Adventurers, I mean.
Although, I do have something I need done. Something that requires competence. What do you need done?
I was formerly one of the Knights of the Crucible. When I left, they kept my arms and armor. The arms they can have, but the armor belonged to my family. I'd like it back.
Why don't you just go ask for it back?
No. Not they'd like that, I'm sure. But I won't be going. Sooner be torn apart by dogs than give them the satisfaction.
Doesn't sound like leaving the Crucible Knights was your call.
You don't choose to leave knighthood. The Crucible Knights, they may not be a real knighthood, but the oaths you swear are just as true. Still, turns out that even unofficial knighthoods have politics. You cross the wrong man, suddenly all kinds of accusations are thrown your way, and nobody believes you.
Nothing more destructive than a crowd with the wrong idea. What's this armor?
It's a breastplate. Not much to look at, and it's seen far too much use, but it's been in my family since the liberation.
I'll see what I can do.
Then it's Penhelm you're looking for. A low snake of a man. If he was to die choking on his own black tongue, it'd be too kind of fate. He kept it when he had me kicked out.
You got word from a reliable source that Penhelm visited a forger in Andra's Gifter after having a soul in his read by a cipher in Dunrid Row. Should you have in your heart to find a way to ruin his life while you're there? Well, drinks on me. Have a soul in his read.
It's a requirement to join the Knights. They have to ensure a novitiate doesn't have a subversive lineage. If Penhelm's superiors found out his affidavit was a fake, his career would be over. Every novitiate gets an affidavit from Dunreed Row, and those are stored at Crucible Keep. If you find Penhelm's, one of those ciphers could tell you if it's real.
Generations of Masuk's traditions are any indication this Penhelm probably doesn't remember it. Still, a past like that has to count for something. Okay, tell me about the expedition hall. Treasure hunting, plain and simple. Sponsors put up money. Hires adventurers explore the wilds, looking for ruins mostly. They come back alive, they split the spoils. If not, it's because they handle their weapons like this a lot in front of me, who might as well be digging their own graves right now. There we go. And now we have a quest. What I don't see is their blacksmith, whom I think is over this way. Ah! Here we are.
Greetings.
Haven't seen you before. That was an expedition company, or are you betting on one? Tell me about the expeditions. Okay, so we basically just did the same thing. Betting on them is almost as risky as actually going. That's how the expeditions get funded. Every once in a while, one of the adventuring companies will strike it big and make a fortune for their backers. I think I worked at Adamant's Den. Oh, a few years. I got in the minute the last merchant cleared out. We've got new expeditions venturing out every week, so it's a great place to do business. And the dozens make loyal friends and loyal customers so long as you stick by them. The vendor who was here before me, they ran him out when he sold his best helms to a pair of Crucible Knights. I've been careful not to make the same mistake. So yeah, they're great friends, and they're loyal customers as long as you think like they do and don't, have the wrong friends, at which point they run you out on a rail. Yeah, God, this sounds contemporary. Can I buy something? I'm afraid not. See, the dozens only do business with me so long as I do business with them, and they're good customers. But if you get on Oric's good side, he can make an exception for you. He's probably training some of the new recruits right now. Okay, so we get his breastplate back, and we'll get the hookup. Good with that. What else we got around here?
Nice and slow.
Are we capable of picking this?
That's not nice. All done.
Ooh. We leveled up. I'm not gonna steal the poleaxe. It's not worth it. But the experience was nice.
That's not nice.
Oh, quit your fussing.
All done.
Endurance level up as well. Oh, what's in here? Come on. Geological map. Right click for details. Huh. Yeah. That I'm taking. Huh. That's weird. It won't let me take it. There we go. And nobody knows anything. So, real quick, let's level up Squee. It's already been a good day. Athletics and I guess survival. Now do we get here? We got Savage Defiance. 121 endurance over 12 seconds, so basically 10 endurance every 1 second. Blooded. More damage when below 25% more damage when endurance is below 50%. Brute force. Attack fortitude instead of deflection if fortitude is lower. Kind of like that one. It's passive. Wild sprint. Plus 3.5 movement speed, plus 12 defense when disengaging, not stopped by engagement. One stands alone, plus 2 enemies needed to flank, plus 20 melee damage. That one's kind of nice. It's very nice indeed. And Bloodlust. It's a passive, plus 20% attack speed for 8 seconds. Okay, so it goes. You go faster the more you kill. That's kind of nice. There's 2 more enemies. I kind of like that one. That one's pretty nice too, but it's not all at once, unfortunately. Yeah, I kind of like Brute Force. I think we're going to go with that one. I might have made a mistake there, but who cares? And for Endurance. Endurance is going to be a tricky one. So he gets lore, and we're actually going to give him some survival. At least he can get a resting bonus. And he's gotten new spells. Circle Protection, which is nice. Despondent Blows. Lowers accuracy and critical hit range, so they're not going to hit as much, and they're not going to hit as hard. Bonus to defenses. Bonus to critical attacks. Pillar of Faith. Causing a Pillar of Divine Judgment, inflicting crush damage and knockdown. Prayer Against Restraint. Gets rid of movement impairments. Ooh. Area of Effect Heal. Warding Seal. Generates a magical seal that explodes in a burst of electrical energy when an enemy comes in contact with it, inflicting shock damage. Nice. And Watchful Presence. Blesses allies with the aid of a sympathetic soul, reducing a healing effect when their endurance is low. I like it. Alright, so now that we've got that all worked out, I don't know why I stole that map, but I'm sure it's for something I just can't remember. Okay, let's see. Daggers mark the locations of various Gwithan ruins. Notes posted on the map list bets on current expeditions. Alright, and nothing more out of you. And that is pretty much the room. There's nothing else around here. So let's go return a ring, shall we? Yeah, I'm just curious about something. Is that a quest item that I stole? Yes, it is. So somebody's going to want it. And since I think the dozens are a bunch of bastards anyway, I don't feel bad screwing them over if given the opportunity. May not be the most friendly way to look at it, but that's the way I'm going to look at it. Ooh, cheese. I like cheese. Now, you think this is the right house? No, it doesn't have a front door. One of these around here somewhere has to be the right one. Come on. Ah. Here we go. Mercenaries and addicts. That's not a great sign. Sven. Svef? I'm not sure. Let's see. If you take it, you crash after 5 minutes. Taking it again removes the crash, gives you 15% attack speed, a bonus to movement, -4 resolve. Yeah, I'll take some of that, since it's free. Feel free to make yourself comfortable down here. Top floor is off limits. First, the man you want to talk to if you want to buy. No. I remember how this one goes.
Hello.
Well now, a new face. Welcome, friend. Name's Pernisk, and this is my humble abode and place of business. I do hope you're here to do some business. He glances at the nearby guard. What's your business exactly? If you have to ask, let's be clear. You go right into the guards, you're going to regret stepping foot in this place. In fact, I'll put even odds on you regarding every decision you've made in your life to leave you standing in front of me right now. His face shivers with a quick, unreadable emotion. But you stay smart. I figure we can end up good friends. You can ask my previous customers. They'll vouch for my supply. I keep it simple. As long as you have the coin, I have the Sven. You're free to make use of the premises so long as you don't do anything stupid and you don't get to tangling with the other customers. Now, what can I get you? Karen asked me to give you this. Nice. What's this for? You don't recognize the wedding band you gave Karina? Oh, yeah, I see now. She's making a statement, is she? Get rid of her then. Sorry, I spent the coin to begin with. Now, is that all? Seems a difficult thing to forget, giving your grandmother's ring to somebody. Maybe she's just not worth remembering, eh? Well, you're playing lapdog for her and all. Why don't you go back and tell her to keep clear here? How dare you hit your own fiancé? How can you live with yourself? She was asking for it. Sort of like you right now. Maybe you've got to quit digging around in affairs that don't concern you. Me, I got a business to get back to. Doors that way. Something's not right here, and I don't plan on leaving until I find out what's going on. Then you won't be leaving at all, friend. I was tired of wearing this face anywhere. Guards to me! Yeah, he's a bad one. They all are. So, life just got interesting. Adair, please knock him down. I have level 2 spells now. Or level 3 spells, I should say. Let's see. Well, first of all, you're going to attack him. And you are going to switch to that weapon set and attack here. Let's hold off on that for a second. Actually, no. Can I target you directly? Yeah. Frenzy, and we're going to go after you. And Aelos is getting his shit pushed in. Unsurprisingly. He's probably going to go down. That's okay. So he doesn't really have anything useful. Wounding shot. Let's drop that on you. Did you knock him down? Why did you not knock him down? Oh, that was certainly nasty. Who's right here? That's you. Anytime you'd like to knock him down, Adair. Jesus Christ, dude. Thank you. Good lord. Make all this trouble. There. Knock him down again. Let's see. Iconic projection seems about appropriate here. Gets a little bit of everybody. I am really getting tired of that damn wizard. Would you hit him some more for me, please? You know, everybody get him. Just pile it on. We'll do this the hard way. That's fine. Stop! I give up. Just leave. And I'll go peacefully, alright? Too late. Yeah. Let's just get everybody.
Let's go.
I am tired of playing around with this.
Let's go.
That's what I get for being clever. I should have just brute forced it to begin with. What a jackass. Alright, so we got his grimoire. Oh, he got some nice armor too. And a bunch of money. Hello. So, add that to the pile. Everything else goes in there. And we still got more people to loot here. The Book of Valian Love Sonnets, dedication on the first page to my beloved Karna.
Sure.
That's not nice.
And I am less than
All
pleased
done.
with everything going on here. Yeah, for some reason you don't really get in trouble for stealing. It's unless they catch you. It's odd. Ooh, milk. Sounds refreshing after beating all those guys to a pulp. I do love the fact that it's like, hey, wait a minute, I surrender. And the only response is, yeah, no, fuck you. You're still dead. Let's see if anybody else up here wants to tumble. Yes, they do. Oh, Jesus. Okay, that was used.
Let's go.
Let's have it out!
Is that everybody? I think that's everybody. Bunch of jerks. Ooh, a fine great sword, a fine spear, a fine stiletto. Money, key. Interesting, huh? Got a book that we're not going to be taking for dialects. Another breastplate, some money, and whatnot. Oh, forgot about him. A fine flail and a fine small shield. Ooh, very nice as well. Scroll of fireball. A bunch of money and a book we're never going to read. Lots of books that somebody had to write all the damn things and nobody pays attention to them. I'm kinda disappointed. Potion of... Oof. Hello, goodies, goodies, and goodies. Okay, how do we get over there? Oh, there's a door. Oh, hello. Man lies bound and blooded on the floor before you. His face a tapestry of bruises and blood is splattered across several corners of the room. Man cringes and sobs as you approach. Gods, please, please no more. I can't take any more. I'm not here to hurt you. If you're not, oh, praise Barath. You're not the one of his men, are you? Please, I don't know who you are, but my name is Persnick. This is my house. You have to help me. Who is that downstairs? An imposter, some wizard named Nerid. He came into my house, tied me up in here, tortured me, and now and his men are eating my food, breaking my things, selling Svim inside my own house. He blinks. If you're holding back, spit it out or I'll pry it out of you. I may have hung on a tiny portion of my supplier's share, but I needed the money. What happened exactly? She sent over the wizard Nerid, man downstairs, to make up the lost coppers, I guess, and to hurt me while I was at it. I feel like it's been days. Why should I help you? Because it's the right thing to do? Oh, okay, look. Nerid took all my money, but he still has it. If you kill him, he's bound to have most of it on his person. You can have it all. It's already been taken care of. I can't believe this nightmare's finally over. You have no idea what you've done for me, but I need to find my love, Kierna. Only, after whatever Nerid put her through, I'm afraid she won't give me a chance to explain. She might listen to you, please. She must be somewhere in Copper Lane. It's the only home she knows. And please don't tell her about the Sven. About what I do. You can make it worth your while. A discount, maybe? Counter offer. Here's my counter. I tell her whatever I please. You still give me that discount? Nah. Perhaps you should trust her to make her own decisions rather than lie to her. I know, and I can't force you to keep the secret. I just don't want to lose her. To what happened here, I'm sure she won't have anything to do with Sven or me if she finds out. Well, she sent me here in the first place. She did? I'm going to help save my life without realizing. Please, bring her home and tell her everything is back to normal. I'll go talk to her. Can't thank you enough, truly, how I miss my poor Kierna. I don't like this guy. Like at all. Let's take a look at this So all that needs to go down there. Okay, so let's look at this grimoire. Lots of good stuff in here. This is a big spell. Pretty big spell right here. And so is Rolling Flame. Ooh, Crackling Bolt as well. I'll gladly take that. This spell is just absolutely nasty. Okay. What else we got here? We've got Mirrored Images. I should probably learn that one just for the sheer hell of it. The rest of it I'll hold on to. Now let's level them up now that we have some more spells to work with here. Okay, so lore, and we'll give him a point of survival so he can actually get some rest bonuses while we're out in the world. Okay. So he gets 2 level 3 spells, or he can get 2 more of any of these. Let's see, exposed vulnerabilities. -5 damage reduction, -10 deflection, -10 concentration for about 30 seconds. It's not too bad. Ah. No, stop it. Bounding missiles. Definitely taking this one. That has to happen no matter what. I absolutely love that one. Let's see, Noxious Burst is an area of effect corrode damage and poison, which I'm not a huge fan of. Let's see, Arcane Dampener. Beneficial, basically any buff spells get turned off for 20 seconds. -30 attack speed, -2 move speed. Minor blights. Creates a ball of energy in the caster's hand that can be thrown at an enemy, causing burn, freeze, corrode, or shock damage to anyone caught in the effect. Blights are continually replenished until the spell ends. Until weapon is changed for 78 seconds. Ooh. That could be interesting as well. Okay, +25 to displaced image, +25 deflection, +20 reflex, 50% of incoming hits converted to grazes for almost a minute. Yeah, I think we're going to go with this one. I haven't used this one before. Sounds like it might be fun. And our buddy Adair, with his absolutely ridiculous looking hat. Jesus God, that is horrible looking. Actually, no. Now we're going to go with that. He's my mechanics guy. And we're going to save up more points too. Okay, so he gets a specialization here. Let's see, Adventurer Flail. +15 damage. Vigorous Defense. +20 defenses, or +20 to all defenses for 16 seconds, which is not great. Discipline Barrage is +20 accuracy. Into the fray. Never been a big fan of that one, to be honest. I never got a lot of good use out of it. See, another stance. +10 deflection to everybody around him. -10 accuracy to himself. Let's see. Confident aim. 20% of grazes converted to hits. +20 minimum damage, which is kind of nice. Now, let's just take this. Kinda sums them up pretty well. Let him hit a little bit harder.
Hey.
There you go, buddy. I think we've looted everything out here worth taking. And killed everybody worth taking. And we checked the stable, right? Yeah, we did. Okay, cool. Didn't expect a load screen from one floor to another, to be honest. And of course all the poor people decide to light up. Oh, didn't realize I killed that one. Oh, that was an addict that somebody killed. Whoopsie. I don't think I don't think I did that. Hope not. Alright, so let's see if the drug dealer's girlfriend is willing to give him a chance from coming back from Breaking Bad, so to speak. Personally, I don't think she should, but that's just me. Princess, did you give him the ring? Princess being impersonated by a powerful wizard, however, the Will Princess also deals whatever the crap that is. My princess is a Sven dealer? I didn't know you for an honest man. You don't! You have no idea who the hell I am. Damn it, how can I trust him after something like this? That he lied to me for this long. Should be glad I found out about this before the wedding. He still loves you. Do you really want to give up on your future together? Perhaps you're right. If you want to give it up, we can work this out. Seems worthwhile to give him a chance anyway. Oh, take this. Picked up from one of the merchants to help me stand firm on my decision. I'll be fine without it now. And we got an item. And some more people leveled up. Conveniently. Just everybody picking up the levels right now. More athletics. Let's see what we got here. Oh, level 2 phrases. One doesn't stood against the power of the saint. Duration of 5.5 seconds. Lingers for a little bit over 4. Plus 25 defense against frightened attacks. Lo, their endless host, the harbingers of doom. Frightens enemies around you. Let's see. Drop a random frost trap for 30 seconds. That's kind of cool. Sure-handed Elenoctor's arrows with speed. Plus 20% reload speed. Plus 20% range attack speed. Fox from the farmer did leap and run. Minus an action from disengaging enemies. Allies leave a hazardous trail of frost where they move, hobbling. I don't know. I really don't know. I think we'll go with this. Lo, their endless host, the harbingers of doom. Full aura of frightened. Yeah. I can't think of a better option there, to be honest.
Following your lead.
So. And so what we can do... just add that into the chant. And now for our friend, Sagani. A little bit more stealth for Sagani. So we got here Swift Aim. Defensive Bond, plus 15 defense against A effect attacks. Mark Prey, which you've already seen. Stalker's Link. Plus 10 accuracy when attacking the same target as an enemy as an animal companion. This is nice. Predator Sense, 50% damage against targets affected by damage over time, and Arrow Sense. Like Stalker's Link. That should be good. So, one thing that we do have to look at is that we picked up some new equipment. Specifically, we got some new armor. I got a fine robe, which I don't know what I'm going to do with that. But breastplate's not too bad. Grab that. I'll probably grab one for Kana as well. And maybe Durance, all things considered. And then, of course, we have this other garbage here we can sell. Let's see, did anybody else pick up anything interesting? A fine spear. Might be better than that poleaxe that we have on him. So, first of all, plus 2 intellect, plus 1 resolve. That should go on someone who doesn't have anything good. Actually, you know what we should do? We should probably put that on him. Give him a little bit more time on his spells. There. There we go. I gave him the small fine shield. It only dropped his deflection down by 4 points because he gets the bonuses from shield, so he should still be really good. But it also doesn't jack up his accuracy at all, so that's really nice. Which I like this. Yeah, that -8 accuracy means that, well, this is a fine weapon. He's just not going to be hitting with it as often, which kind of really sucks. It's going to be a while until we get some other stuff here. Probably give it corrosive when I get the opportunity. Just need a primal rock. And then all the other fun things we can give him. I could put that on it. It's like Kith. It's a thought. So in the meantime, I'm not sure if I want to take out Durrance's robes. Chivalry speed of 15%. Minus 40. It's got bonus of Constitution, and it gives them some fire defense, which this doesn't do either. But we also have that fine robe. Which is basically Durrance's robe, just with less stuff on it. I don't know. He's got plus 10% area of effect, which isn't a huge deal for us. I don't know. See. I think the spear is actually a better weapon. And we'll give him a shield as well. Got a medium shield there, but I thought I had something else as well. Not so much. There. Maybe you'll live longer this way. Okay, so the breastplate's not as good as the brigandine he's wearing. Whether or not that's a good thing, I'm not really sure, to be honest. But we'll leave it as is for now. And she's totally fine. Let's just put that back. Put you back to your rifle, which we could make fine by this point if I wanted to. As for Aloth's armor, can I do anything with it right now? Now I need to get some Pilgrim's Crown to make it fine. And probably give it something else while we're at it. So Pilgrim's Crown. That's what I was looking for earlier and I couldn't find any. So she's going to go try to make a thing out of stuff.
Good day to you.
Order some refreshments. What do you got? A yellow lab? I don't know what he tastes like, though. Could use some camping supplies, definitely. Alright, let's just get a room, and we will call it a day. There we go. And that will be that, ladies and gentlemen. Next time, we will take a look at the Crucible Knights and see about getting a breastplate back for a certain somebody. But until then, I do hope you enjoyed things. I certainly had a lot of fun. That fight with that wizard was a pain in the butt, definitely. But that's what happens when you fight somebody throwing area effect spells in a confined space. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, I've been Lord Boss Squeak, and I will see you next time. Peace.